YMR made a documentary exploring the issues surrounding the murder of Oscar Grant by BART police and the effects it's had on the youth in the community. YMR made a video to show how it affected friends as well as other young people in Oakland. Check out this heartfelt mini-documentary tribute to those that have fallen in the hands of police brutality.
Any kind of murder is a murder, police murder included.
It doesn't matter if you're a police officer or if you're a regular kid. If you kill somebody, then you have to pay for it. I feel like he could have been anybody. He could have been my brother or my friend, my best friend.
He was just too young to die, and he was 22 years old.
Young people are really frustrated. It's reinforced that their lives don't have value. Value based on how adults see them, and then value based on how law enforcement sees them.
It really affected me and people around me.
I feel like this is no accident. My name is LaRon Terrell Blankenship. I am 20 years old. I'm a student at Laney College. This is my first semester. I am a rapper, singer, songwriter.
I had a wife and a 4-year-old daughter, unaware, not knowing her daddy was gone from total despair.
My name's Ryan Peters. I am the program director for Youth Movement Records. I'm also an artist and an activist born and raised here in Oakland, California.
My name's Anais Kane. I'm 17 years old and I'm a singer, songwriter, and engineer.
On January 1st, 2009, Oscar Julius Grant was gunned down in front of a couple of other friends of his at the Fruitvale BART station. The officer pulls out the gun, shot him in the back. He got sent to Highland Hospital. He didn't make it. And when I found this out, my whole world just started crashing. What's that right in front of me?
After Oscar Grant was shot, several things transpired. Fortunately, a young woman captured it on tape. This young woman was able to get this tape over to the news outlets. News media aired it, and people around the Bay Area were really upset with what happened that specific night because it was just, an extreme act of brutality that was captured on tape. But then, thereafter, there was no justice. Officer Meserly wasn't arrested. He ended up not being dealt with at all for 7 entire days. There was no leadership top down. There was no leadership from our mayor's office, which I thought should have been the first person to respond. There had been no response from the BART police. They were just not accepting any responsibility. And so it resulted in social unrest. People ended up taking it to the streets.
I feel like it was a good wake-up call for people in Oakland because after his murder, a lot of people actually stood up and protested, and so it made me feel like people actually cared for once and they took a stand for justice.
So as we leave to march in solidarity for justice, remember what this is about. This is about a man, a brother, a father, a son who lost his life. Let's honor him. Let's honor him with dignity in the way that we move.
That's right.
Folks have come together pretty much in a peaceful manner to protest what's been going on, and they've been doing it consistently. A couple of those protests have resulted in some minor riots. Here and there's always somebody in the group who breaks out.
I didn't think that the riots were the best way to show our anger. I thought the protests were better because I don't want to fight fire with fire. Being peaceful is a better way to show them that we care and we don't want any more violence.
Although it hurts, There's other ways to deal with stuff. Causing riots and getting back at the police, 2 wrongs don't make a right. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Real talk.
Words can't define the pain I feel, but life goes on. If you was right here, you'll tell me stand tall and be strong. Till we meet again face to face, believe I ain't stopping. You remain a part of me, dawg. Never will be forgotten, yeah.
A young man by the name of LeBron, who's actually a good friend of Oscar Grant's, was on his way to Weimar and ended up finding out that Oscar Grant was murdered. By the time he got to Weimar, he was a wreck. He was upset, he was sad, he was pissed off, he was ready to fight. He really said, you know, he's ready to take it to the streets, and he didn't know exactly what that meant, but he was ready to go out there and do something to let out his frustration and his anger.
After I calmed down a little bit, we were talking about why don't you do something that'll dedicate something towards not just your friend, but also towards the family.
We ended up sitting down and having a chat with him and just allowing him to kind of talk through the issue and talk through his emotions and how he felt. And he decided, and we discussed that the creative outlet was the best way for him to approach this.
That's when I came up for the song Never Will Be Forgotten, featuring N.I.E.'s.
I wanted the lyrics to be personal, which is why I wrote it as if like it was his mother or his daughter or his wife speaking to him. I wanted it to be somebody who knew him and be close to him.
You feel me? Real family to me. Oscar Julius Grant. Died January 2nd, 2009. Rest in peace, bro. You gone, but never will be forgotten. Peace. One love. My hopes for the song is not just for myself, but mainly for the family to hold on to.
I hope that it will be able to touch Oscar Grant's family. It will be able to touch their heart and help him get through his death.
It's just a really touching tribute to Oscar Grant, who was, according to Ron, a guy who encouraged him to write and sing and create music.
If he was here right now, he would tell me that I've did something that'll actually change the ways of people thinking.
It was a cold, windy, rainy day of January 2nd. Unexposing the murder of my dog's death was tragic. Gunned down by a cop, overshadowed.
You could take his life away, but you can't take his spirit away. He's with everyone as we speak. He's right here as we speak. So yeah.
An innocent grown man, fully devoted to his loved ones, even to the woman he cherished for years to come. Back in the day, we used to kick it, doing what we like gradually. Now that he gone, who gon' provide his family? And everybody that knew him is reminiscing on his life, wishing they had plenty time before the day he died. Even though he's smiling down in heaven, resting in peace, I still miss having him here, just like it used to be. But nevertheless, till I see you again, I ain't stopping. You still remain in my heart and never will be forgotten. Yeah, for real.
He took you from me, but I know you're better where you are.